Hello and welcome to yet another transformation edition right here on the Fine Urban channel. As always, click subscribe, hit notifications so you don't miss an episode. Today, we are going to feature a mansion in a gated community that has undergone an extreme makeover to allow for sustainable living indoors and outdoors too. Getting into this compound where this beautiful mansion lies, you go through an electric gate right there, and it's got such a beautiful but very simple pattern design. It's one of the features that lets you know that once you walk into this mansion, what you will find is elegance. It's statements of quiet simplicity, yet class all the way. Coming up the driveway, a lovely driveway as you can see, you make your way to the first of two entrances to the mansion. So I think we're going to walk up through the first one, and I'll share the second one with you a little later. Coming up the stairs, you get a very warm, relaxed feel, and you just feel like, I belong here. I could be very happy here. And so here is our first entrance. We see a huge panel of sliding doors that make it easy for you to walk in. And once you're inside and you shut the door, you've got large windows. That brings in so much light and welcomes you into this incredible sitting space that has a double volume ceiling. Look at this. I know I feel a certain type of way just being in here. I want to take it all in. I want to keep looking around and around and around. I feel like I'm in a wonderland. I truly do. And when you look at the furniture, oh my goodness, everything has been exclusively picked and precisely located where it is, because there's a whole story behind the furniture and the color to this incredible transformation that you're looking at. So, where do we begin? Now that we're in the sitting area, let's take a seat for a second. When the owners of this property bought this particular house, they decided that yes, it is in a gated community, and yes, it is all nice and great, but they wanted to customize it. They wanted to make it more personal. They wanted it to serve them and their family and their family's needs. So they got in touch with Fine Urban Construction and Interiors, and that sit down with the lead designer, Mr. Cleophas Nyagaka, birthed the idea that instead of just redesigning a space, how about we shop for the space as well? And so the two went together to Dubai, and all of the pieces you're going to find in this amazing mansion were imported. Some are still on the way, but what's here is so beautiful to look at that we must stand up and go. So come on now, follow me. I'm sure you've already noticed by now that there is a color scheme in play in this mansion, and yes, you're absolutely right. One of the colors is definitely white, then we've got gray. Yes, you've picked up the gray from the furniture and the cushions, and you're absolutely right. Those are very strong themes that play across this mansion. Take a look at this amazing state-of-the-art television. You know, this is a modern television. It's not your average one, your kawaida one. Look at how slim this one is. So when you're in this area, if you're entertaining or you've got your family sitting with you, you can catch up on the news or a favorite show while enjoying the fireplace. How gorgeous is that? And right there underneath the fireplace. We've got the wainscoting panel, and this is a feature that you are going to find replicated in this mansion, and it shows up with this particular color scheme, just giving this wonderful space opulence, neutrality, and a very warm feel. From this beautiful paneling design, let's make our way to this corner right here. And just behind this gorgeous deco over here, I do love pots, and they come in my favorite number, 3. Oh, love this, I do. But right here was an empty space. It was just a wall. But instead of just making it a plain, simple wall, the lead designer created a niche wall to allow the clients a section of the house to display mementos and items that mean something to them, because this couple loves to travel and they always pick up 1 or 2 items that remind them of their travels across the globe, and this was the perfect display area for them. And it doesn't just end here. Oh, no, no, no. It continues all the way this way with a section for little knickknacks and little bits of decor that bring life to this section as well. Take a look at the sculptures. How gorgeous. Each one iron. I can touch so I can feel them. Extremely heavy. Can't quite lift these. I'm really trying, but you can't. But how elegant are they? Super beautiful and truly in line with the theme of the house. Now, if you look down with me to the floor, you will notice that, yes, this is a marbled floor, but it's not just any marbled floor. This is a matte marble floor. The couple has young children, and they decided all across the house they were going to think about safety first, not just for themselves, but for their children, and make sure that while marble is an elegant finish, when it's very shiny, it can be extremely dangerous. But when you've got children, mute it a little bit with the color and matte it as well. So then it's a safe place to walk, and it's a safe place to be, and it's also very easy to clean as well. From the sitting area, we find a door that leads us right into the kitchen. But of course, when the family would be at home, these doors would remain open. So this lends to a great flow from the sitting area to come into the kitchen. Maybe you want to go upstairs and pick something. So on your way up, you make a slight detour and you're in the kitchen, and you can pick up whatever you want to go all the way upstairs. But when you look at this kitchen space with me, you can see how big, how awesome this place is, and you can see the transformation that has been made in this mansion. For starters, we've got huge windows right there, allowing in a lot of natural light to flow in and to just completely light up this entire kitchen space without even needing any lights. Truly, look at that. Huge sliding windows in the kitchen. Initially, the construction of this house ended right here. Here was the beam. So this, from here up until where the windows are, is an extension. What Fine Urban did with their lead designer was to come in and look at this kitchen space and say, okay, as a client, what are your needs going to be? And the client said, well, this house doesn't have a pantry, and we'd like to have a little bit more space in the kitchen. We'll start with the pantry that they created right here. This is part of the extension that Fine Urban made, and it's right underneath the staircase that we will be going up in just a bit. Take a look at it. This section here consists of storage ideas, storage solutions, all of them very modern, and also inbuilt appliance sections. Can you see that? We can see more storage space solutions here, including the pull-out shelf, which is such a clever idea, especially for very narrow spaces such as these. And you have a place where nothing goes to waste. You make use of every available space and you use it well. We've also got another form of the pull-out shelf. This one I like. Very clever, very nifty, but I think my absolute favorite has got to be this one. Take a look. It's the Lazy Susan. I don't know why they would call Susan lazy, but this is a super storage solution that maximizes on small spaces. Ta-da! And this one's got two tiers. So you've got the top and you've also got another one at the bottom. So take a look at that pull-out shelf. Look at the drawer. Look at all those amazing things you can store in here. From the drawers, we find the dishwashing machine, which is an ultra-modern touch in any ultra mansion. We've got more storage space, as you can see. Look at that pull-out shelf. Very, very clever use of space. In creating this extension here, what Fine Urban did was create an inbuilt fridge for this house, because you can see just how much space there is in the kitchen. Nothing is protruding out. Everything sits in place and has its allocation and its rightful space to occupy in the kitchen. So it's a huge fridge that allows for storage of all kinds of treats. From the extension, here I am at the island. As you can see, it's still a bit of work in progress, and that's because the facing of the kitchen, like I mentioned earlier, is coming. It's all being shipped in. And you can imagine just how beautiful it's going to look. The top most definitely is going to echo the theme of the house. But at the island, it's a really, really huge, huge island. We've got storage space over here, as you can see. Huge drawers that allow you to store everything that you'd possibly need. We've got LED lighting right across the shelves to give us a bit of light to see what it is that we want to pick. And we've got yet another counter here, an island of sorts for when you want to perhaps serve meals across the dining table. This here is a lovely little partition of sorts, but it also provides storage. Yes, you're going to see those storage solutions once I jump over to the other side. But before I do, I need you to come back to the kitchen with me one more time, because I'd like us to take a look at the lighting in here. In line with green solutions, what Fine Urban has done by extending that kitchen space that way and installing those huge windows, there's a lot of natural light that comes in to this kitchen. The door at the end, on the far end of the wall as well, lets a lot of light stream in to create even more lighting solutions for the kitchen. And if you look at the top, we've got a very simple pattern. We've got recessed lights right at that end and spotlights on this end, where you definitely will need spotlights, especially when you're cooking, so you can see a little better. And just an elegant positioning of lights right across the kitchen to just warm up the space, light up the space at night, and use the natural light during the day. Here we are, flowing from the kitchen right into the dining space area. And right behind me, as promised, we can see cabinetry that has storage solutions for possibly plates and cups and all sorts of things when you're dining. We've got a beautiful storage space for them here. Such a cozy space, and it's one that flows quite naturally from the kitchen, and it also flows right into the sitting area. So if you've got guests who've come in, they can just easily walk in this way. If you are preparing the meals in the kitchen, making your way to the dining section is an easy breezy affair. Take a look with me at the amount of detail and work that's gone into this space. Let's start with the wainscoting panel that I had mentioned earlier. You'll find that replicated right across the house, and it's done with such a touch of elegance, and it echoes the color scheme of the house. So you can see this beautiful soft gray color that was chosen, and it's on alternate sides of the wall. So we've got one on that corner, one on this corner. Then we've got this beautiful, elaborate mirror. Yes, remember the client and the lead designer went and shopped for every single item that you see here because they had a vision together of what they wanted the result to look like. Look at that. We've got this cabinet right here behind us, and look at the marble pattern in it. So gorgeous, so beautiful. And yet another little niche wall on the corner there with a bit of recessed lights to offer a soft lighting feel, especially in the evening. If you're entertaining, then you want this nice soft feel as you laugh, as you catch up, as you dine with friends or family. I love the chandelier. It's very muted. It's yet very powerful, and it doesn't take away from the space. It kind of makes me look at the mirror on that wall as well, like bubbles. So I can't help but feel there's a theme of bubbles just bubbling right through this dining section. But take a look at the dining table. Marble, gray, a touch of gold infusing its way right across the table. And look at that gorgeous, gorgeous vase that is muted and is definitely one of those that was imported. The chairs are so elegant, extremely comfortable, and this dining table is big enough to host both friends and family. If you take a look at the top, the ceiling of the dining area, you can see a beautiful, elegant gypsum design that wraps itself right around the dining area with LED lighting placed strategically at the top to allow a very warm flow of light to this area. I can only imagine what it looks like at night. Right after that, we also have a paneling that also goes right around the dining area, and it features recessed lights that give additional light. Overall, this dining area is a cozy space. It's elegant, it's exciting, it's fun, and it's also practical. I hear you asking, practical why? Well, take a look with me right there to the extreme opposite, and I am standing right across the wash basin. So as a guest, usually when it's time to go have a meal, you're going to be looking for the cloakroom. You'll be thinking, I need somewhere to go wash my hands. Maybe I go to the kitchen. But right there is a wash basin that makes it so practical for you to just get up from your chair, go wash your hands, take a seat, and dine. And that's not all. If you step back with me again, you'll notice that Fine Urban is making a conscious effort towards sustainability and going green and just doing the best that we can with our environment, which means make use of the natural resources. Do your best. If you've got to use electricity, then use it at night. If you look behind me, look at these huge panel windows. So incredible. These serve not only as windows, but they're also doors, sliding doors. So when you close them, ta-da, they are now windows that allow a lot of natural light to filter in from outside, lighting up this entire dining area and going all the way into the kitchen. Incredible sustainable solution right there, making use of what you have and making it double too. This is a very nifty idea. I love this. As we leave the dining area, I can't help but look up right here, and you'll notice that the curtain railing here is slightly different. There's something very special going on here, including electricity. So what does this mean? Well, this entire house is a smart home. We've got, come over here, look, you walk in and your house says, hello. How beautiful is that? So this house is fully automated. It doesn't matter where you are. You can shut the curtains at the time you'd like them to be shut. You can open them when you want to open them. And you can do this remotely. So you could be at work. You could be in America. You could be in India. And your smart technology is going to come through for you. This is such an exciting feature that you need to speak to Fine Urban about so you can step into the modern world. But speaking of stepping, as we make our way out of the sitting room and into the rest of the mansion, I'd like you to look up with me. Take a look at some of the art that features in this sitting area. You can see accents of gold in the paintings and right around the frames of the paintings. That is such an elegant touch, ensuring the theme of the house is echoed in the art itself. And the theme of this mansion is white, grey, and gold. Super, excellent, yet fun. Before we completely step away from the sitting area, there's one thing I hear you asking, and I'm going to answer it. Where is the chandelier? That is a Fine Urban staple that you've come to expect in every mansion, especially in the sitting space. But when we look up, we can see that it hasn't been installed yet. And you can only imagine what it's going to look like when it finally gets here. I'm sure it's going to be worth the wait. And that's not the only chandelier that we're waiting for to get installed. We're also waiting for yet another one in the kitchen space too. But still keeping in line with lighting in this sitting space, when we look at the top, we can see LED lighting wrapped right around the top of that beautiful, elegant gypsum design. And we've also got spotlights to allow a lot of light to filter down, especially during the night when you're in this space. There's allocation for natural light right there at the top with huge windows that allow in a lot of natural light to flow in. And you can see those beautiful Nairobi skies. There truly is nothing like it anywhere you go in the world. As we make our way from the sitting room area, I'd like to share the cloakroom and the first of several bedrooms that you'll find in this mansion. But first, take a look at this partition right here. It features the broken mirror panel design, which is such a clever and elegant twist in a way that makes the cloakroom completely separate from the washroom area, and it also lends a bit of privacy. You know, after you've gone in there, done your business, and you're coming back, you don't want everybody to be thinking, and you know we heard you. There's a bit of separation there, and it's been done in such a clever fashion that allows light to bounce off from those open windows in the sitting room area, and also from yet another door that serves as an entrance from the driveway. Ta-da! Look at that. You've got an option when you drive into this mansion to drive all the way up and use this as an entrance, or you can use those sliding door / windows that we saw when we walked in. Here we are making our way to the cloakroom for guests. When you come in, this is what the washroom area looks like. It's very spacious, and it features a beautiful matte marble design on the walls in a very muted soft color of beige. And if you look at the floor, we've got gray and a touch of gold sprinkled in the tiling work. It's all been done so marvelously well, and we've got a lovely glazed window here. If you look up with me, we've got a gorgeous little chandelier that offers extremely lovely lighting. And there's something about this lighting that I must share with you. Let me show you. You get to choose the intensity of your light. You could have it extremely bright. You could have it somewhat bright. or you could have it warm. One more clever little feature that I'd like to share with you from this washroom area is the sink. This is steel, you can hear that, and it's got a very rustic feel to it. And when you open the tap, the water flows out like a river. Look at that. Isn't that just the most beautiful tap you ever did see? Of course, you've got to wash your hands always. As long as you come in here, washa mikono. From the cloakroom, we find the first of several bedrooms in this mansion. So come in with me to bedroom number 1. Wow, coming into this bedroom, it's delicious. It's beautiful. What a wonderful, warm space. This sets the pace and the tone for what we're going to see with the bedrooms in this house. And so we're going to start with the top when we look up, because every fine urban construction and interiors design always tells me look up and see what we've got. We can see there's allocation for a chandelier that's going to find its way there. We've got LED lighting, we've got recessed lights as well, and the gypsum design is very elegant, very simple, very classic. It just gives this room the space to be the room. And if you look at the pieces of decor that have been selected, I can't wait to see it when it's all said and done. Look at the bed, look at the headboard. It reflects the marble gray, the gold, the white. Look at how warm this room is. I do love the huge windows that allow a lot of natural light to flow in. As you can see, these windows are the truth, top to bottom. I think if I lived in here, I would never have curtains because they just serve their purpose well. Look at that. So much light that comes in. And from this room, it is ensuite, and we find its own bathroom area. This bathroom features a rainfall shower, and the toilet is a state-of-the-art appliance. And I do like the window that allows in natural light from outside. It is a double glazed window that also affords you privacy while you're in here. From the bathroom, I'd like us to walk over to the console here, because the console sets the scene for storage solutions. A lot of the work that you see in this mansion is handmade. The cabinetry, whether it's in all of the bedrooms that you're going to see, the kitchen as well, anything that is cabinetry related has all been done locally, and it's all been done handmade. But this is a glorious storage space that features sliding doors with enough room for everything, whether it's dresses, whether it's shoes you want to store in here. It gives you a pretty good idea of the amount of space that you can find. And as we make our way to the staircase, you can already see the difference. Another fine urban touch where you know you're transitioning from one space to another. We've also got a reinforced glass banister right here that keeps you safe and helps you make your way down the staircase. On this particular landing, there's something I'd like you to notice with me. Yes, I can see you see this beautiful section here with a lot of light that's coming through. Initially, when the owners of the house got this house, it did have these windows, but they weren't as large as you see them now. Initially, the windows only got till here, from the top up till here. So all of this was broken down by Fine Urban to allow an even longer window feature, which would bring in even more light. It is what it looks like now, simply because of that innovation and that little change in the design of this section. Do you see mirrors? Correct. Now what's going to happen here is another broken mirror design to allow even more light in the staircase area. So we made it to the first floor of the house, and when you get to the very top, I'm sure you've noticed that the tile design, the color has changed again because we've left the staircase. And I'd like us to start with my left. Walk over with me to this section, which is the family room. It is a beautiful, cozy space. In this space, we find such delightful furniture. Look at that. I'm going to have a seat here just to show you how cozy and plush this area is. It's warm, the cushions reflect warmth. Everything is just echoing the theme of this particular space, which is relax, rest, unwind. We've got a gorgeous coffee table there. It's made of marble, and the veining is a soft gray with a touch of beige highlights. This wall paneling here has been curved. If you come a little closer and look with me, you can see how it's been curved, and all of this has been done locally, handmade. And that's the thing about fine urban construction and interiors. They allow local artisans an opportunity to express their creativity and to also earn a living. We've got a delightful fireplace section underneath the television, and you can see the wainscoting panel design right there at the bottom. I'd like us to walk together to this display wall here. Now, what I'm made to understand, initially, this area here was where the water heating system for this entire house was built in. You now have this beautiful display shelf area here. It's a niche wall that allows you to place anything that you like, to share your personality, to just bring even more life to this space. It's such an excellent display, as you can see. The color that has been chosen is gray, and everything in it, the artifacts that sit in here, so far help to bring out that personality of this house. If you walk with me to the corner here, standing here, you get the full glory of that double volume ceiling. Take a look. This here is a bedroom. However, we're not going to go into it at the moment because it currently serves as a storage space. It is en suite. The owner of this bedroom definitely gets to have their own space and their own privacy when it comes to bath times. Right over here, we can see a delightful gray console with accents of gold. And look at that painting. This is just so fabulous. You can see knickknacks that have been selected to just bring out this area. The recessed lighting there, it's just at the right spot to light up this section and to catch and play with the accents of gold when the light reflects on it. It's beautiful, huh? Okay, making way for us to get into yet another bedroom. Now, this is the girls' bedroom. As you can see, it's got a wonderful chandelier that is just playful, yet exquisite, as you can see. If you look at the gypsum pattern on the wall, it complements that chandelier. We've got recessed lighting positioned just so across the top, and we've also got LED lighting that allows yet another flow of delicious golden light all the way to the bottom. And you can see the huge sliding windows on this wall that allow all sorts of yummy, delicious golden light into this space to completely light it up. We can see the allocation for closet space. Shall we start with that? Yes, the girls get their little walk-in closet, which features cabinetry, that makes for so much storage space. I mean, with little girls, you can never have enough of anything. And the bedroom is en suite as well. And it has a very playful feature, as you can see on the walls. When it comes to the tiling, the lead designer picked and settled on this tiling work here. You can see it evokes a feeling of being somewhere on a stream, and then you've got clear water flowing through, and there are little bits of colored pebbles everywhere. All right, from the girls' room, we're back on the first floor and we're in the hallway, making our way to the boys' room. Let's find out what other touch of gray the boys' bedroom is going to show us. We've got a nice bed right there. We've got a gorgeous work of art that hangs right above that bed. It's got one of my favorite animals, a rhino. Oh, wow. Celebrating the heritage of this land. You can see the side tables right there. They truly do go with this chest of drawers that we've got here. So wrapped around the gypsum design, we've got recessed lights up there, and we also have LED light. I'd like to share what this bathroom looks like with you. As we make our way outside here, so here we are in the balcony space here that looks out to the landscaping. You can see the garden area right there. You can see the dolphins having the time of their lives. You can look out to the driveway and you can just see the wonderful surrounding over here. As we make our way out, we find one more stop, and this stop is the storage space area for this bedroom. From that bedroom, we now walk across back to the staircase to make our way to the second floor. On this wall over here, you can see this gorgeous, gorgeous painting of an African woman with the most delightful beadwork. Look at that, glorious and wonderful, celebrating the heritage of Africa and the true owners of this house. As I look up, I can't help but stare at this beautiful daisy chandelier. It makes me think of dragonflies. It makes me think of daisies, the flowers, all of those, some of my favorite things. And I love the way it lights up. It's quiet, it's understated, but it's so beautiful. And it also has a hint of playfulness. And now for the master bedroom. Wow. Oh, wow. What a huge, huge space. In this area here, we're looking at earth tones. We've got a bit of green right there. We've got a soft gray couch echoing the theme of the house, but also lending to relaxation, comfort, and rest. To my right, we've got this huge television, yet again another slim television that sits right above the fireplace in the master bedroom. Beautiful, beautiful design. And if you look at the wall paneling behind it, yet another one that has been handmade right here, locally done by artisans from Kenya. And it's just hand carved, and it is quite a bit of work. It does take a bit of time, and that's the other thing to always take into consideration when it comes to a fine urban construction and interiors project. as we make our way in, you cannot help but notice this wonderful wainscoting panel right here that leads you in to this bath area. But as soon as you step into the walk-in closet, you've got an island right here that also has a lovely little marble top. These right here are going to be drawers. As you can see, work is still underway there. But as soon as they're done, you can pull out the drawers, you can store your watches, you can put your jewelry in there. We've also got gorgeous little spotlights right at the top, showcasing everything that you've hung in there, so that when it comes to changing and getting ready, this is a breeze. So now let's walk into the master bathroom. In here, we can see the beautiful marble detail. The selection of the tiling is perfect, it's spot on. We've got a his and hers sink area. We've got storage space right here underneath the sinks. Perfect spacing there. Now, back to what I had mentioned about the extension. This section that we're now walking into is an extension that Fine Urban Construction and Interiors has created specifically for this client. So we start with the shower, gorgeous shower, rainfall or is it waterfall shower, whichever one you want. We're talking big amounts of water that are just refreshing and relaxing all at the same time. Moving away from the shower area, we now find this incredible bathtub. It's all about comfort. It's all about enjoying the finer things in life with your better half. Behind me is yet another huge window right here that lights up this bath area quite beautifully. And if we look at the top, we can see that skylight that also allows natural light to filter in. I'd like us to step outside to the balcony area and see what's going on. Oh, wow. And this is a huge balcony that wraps itself right round the entire floor. I'd like you to walk with me right here to this corner right here where you can see the gazebo. Work is still ongoing, as you can see, and a lot of the furniture that is destined for different spaces within this mansion, some of it has found storage space in the gazebo. But you can see it quite clearly from the top, what it looks like, and the view from here extends not only from the gazebo, extends not only to the gazebo, but also comes over all this way to the landscaping, the beautiful garden. We can see grass has been planted. It's gonna take quite well. We can see the driveway to the house. This section here has been created to allow for a small kitchenette area because let's face it, you're going to be 2 floors above the kitchen. You know, there was the first one, then you're over here. And what happens when you're peckish? What happens when you want, say, a midnight snack? This is where you come to. Something I absolutely adore about this mansion is the seamless feel I get between being in the indoors and the outdoors. The connection it's just lovely. It's such a fantastic transition. where you feel you're inside, but then in the next second, you're way out here. Now, I'm standing on a patio that's right outside the dining space. So you can have a dining party that opens out to this wonderful garden over here. Taking a look at the landscaping, the grass is growing. It's definitely going to take quite nicely. And we can see a water feature that has been installed right there at the center of the garden with lovely little baubles that are lights that light up in the evening right across this little garden. We can see those handcrafted dolphins spouting water and providing a beautiful water feature that allows the sound of running water in the compound, which is quite relaxing and lovely. Over here behind me is a Nyamat Choma station area. This area is a barbecue place. So if you're entertaining again and you're sitting at the gazebo with your friends or your family, if you want to have a nice cookout, you want to do a little al fresco dining, this is the section to do it. And that's where you get to cook your meat. That's where you get to prepare maybe your salads if you want everything to be done outdoors. This right here is it. This is reinforced glass, and the reason why we have this here is because we've got young children living in this compound, and we wanted to make sure that the children are safe while they play, and that even if a car is driving in, there's no fear of anybody running out in excitement. You know how kids can get, mom is home, dad is home, and then suddenly they've jumped over, and then it's an unfortunate incident. As you make your way up this driveway, you'll notice little slabs that have been sectioned off right here. Now, what's going to happen here is a landscaping feature that pays homage to nature at its finest. We're going to have greenery right here, right there. Anywhere you see those big long blocks right there, those are going to be greened, creating a nice green, safe area as you drive up. And another thing to notice as you drive up are those lovely, lovely lights right at the bottom, highlighting your way as you make your way this way. Before we make our way back into the mansion through this amazing door right here, I'd like to highlight a few key features right here at the garage, and we're going to start with the top. As you can see, there's allocation for light to stream in during the day, and we've also got light fixtures, lots of spotlights that completely light up this section here. At the top here, we're going to have a hanging garden, which will give this beautiful space a more natural feel. It will help the owners pay homage to their beautiful and passionate love for nature, bringing in that wonderful nature outdoors lifestyle to their indoors world. In this area here is where most of the washing is going to happen. Right here is a beautiful handcrafted design. It's definitely steel, painted, and really well organized for you to stash your cleaning detergents, anything that you might need in the name of laundry and housekeeping to just keep the house clean. This is where you're going to find it. We can see the washing machine, the drying machine, they're already ready and in place for use. And before we walk up this way, I want you to come into the laundry room, because this is the area where you can store linens, you can keep an assortment of items that you would need for the house outside of even the laundry itself. This area has a lot of storage, as you can see. The cabinetry is so well done, locally done as well. And the lighting is just right, making use of the natural light when the light flows in during the day. Big, beautiful slide windows over there. And we've got those spotlights to highlight the It's been wonderful seeing this transformation happen. And I do need to remind you that if you're looking to create your dream home, be patient, take the time, work with a professional, consult, and don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid to ask for really big things, because after all, this is your dream house. You want it to be exactly what you want it to be. Work with the finest, and the finest is fine urban construction and interiors. And going forward, there's going to be a brand new fine urban logo. Yes, it's a logo that's going to take into consideration the ethos of the company, where we're going green, where we're respecting nature, where we're also venturing out into new terrain. We'll be looking at dealing with land, with real estate, high-end property. So keep your eyes on this spot. Follow, subscribe, hit notifications, and don't miss an episode from this channel. Until our next one, take care and be good.